Evil doesn't announce itself with thunderous roars or dark, imposing figures. It doesn't wear horns, nor does it have a long, sweeping tail. In fact, if it did, it would be much easier to recognize and avoid. Instead, evil often appears in the most unexpected forms, charming, gentle, and disguised as someone who might seem just like anyone else. The truth is, the most dangerous kinds of evil are subtle and hard to detect. They sneak into your life, often in ways so smooth and unobtrusive that you might miss their signs entirely. The individual who greets you every morning with a smile could be the one slowly draining your energy and eroding your confidence. It's all too easy to dismiss these signs or convince ourselves that it's nothing. But in reality, those small doubts and silent manipulations can build up, causing significant harm to your life, your relationships, and your peace of mind. In this guide, we will explore the 5 most evident signs of an evil person, using the timeless teachings of Stoic philosophy to help you recognize them. Stoicism offers invaluable tools for self-awareness and personal growth, which are critical when it comes to protecting yourself from toxic individuals. By examining these signs through a Stoic lens, we will help you uncover the subtle manipulations and deceptive tactics that might otherwise go unnoticed. Knowledge, as the Stoics taught, is the most powerful weapon you can wield to safeguard your well-being. Let's begin this journey together, and may it serve as a compass to guide you through the intricacies of human relationships, helping you detect the dangers of negative influences before they can take root. Sign 1. The illusion of charm. In life, we often encounter individuals who seem to possess an irresistible charm. They exude confidence, wit, and charisma, easily drawing the admiration and affection of those around them. At first glance, these people appear perfect, smiling brightly, speaking kindly, and offering praise in abundance. Their charm seems to make them indispensable and likable, and it can be hard to imagine that beneath that radiant surface might lie darker motives. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This reminder serves as a fundamental principle in understanding the danger of charm. The charm that dazzles our senses can easily distort our judgment. It often blinds us to the true character of an individual and leaves us vulnerable to manipulation. A charming exterior may be a cover for someone seeking to exploit us, gain our trust, and ultimately use us for their own advantage. Consider this scenario. You meet a colleague who seems to embody the ideal image of a friendly, successful person. They tell you fascinating stories, compliment you on your abilities, and make you feel seen in ways you haven't felt before. Over time, they begin to ask you for small favors, helping them with tasks here and there. At first, these requests seem harmless, but eventually, you realize that you're taking on more and more of their responsibilities, covering for their mistakes, and shouldering their burdens. By the time you see the manipulation for what it is, the relationship has shifted. You're left with nothing but a sense of exhaustion and resentment, wondering how you were so easily deceived. To confront the illusion of charm, the Stoics advise us to resist the pull of superficial allure and take a step back. As Epictetus instructed, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Rather than being swept away by charm, pause to observe and reflect. Look beyond words and appearances. Actions reveal a person's true nature. Most importantly, cultivate inner strength. A mind grounded in Stoic principles is not easily swayed by transient emotions or surface-level interactions. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our own reactions, and to develop the discipline to assess situations with clear, rational thought. Ultimately, this lesson is not only about protecting yourself from external manipulation, but also about being aware of your own motivations. Stoicism encourages us to avoid relying on charm for personal gain. Instead, we should strive to live with integrity and authenticity, offering genuine value through our actions and character. True strength lies not in dazzling others with charm, but in the steady, unwavering consistency of our moral compass. In the end, the radiance of authenticity will always endure, while the shine of superficial charm inevitably fades. Sign 2. A heart without empathy. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is one of the most fundamental aspects of human connection. It allows us to recognize another's pain, celebrate their joys, and respond with kindness and understanding. However, not everyone possesses this quality, and those who lack empathy can cause significant harm without even realizing it. The Stoics, with their emphasis on virtue and wisdom, remind us that our moral character is defined not by how we appear to others, but by how we relate to them with genuine compassion and respect. When you encounter an individual with no empathy, the signs are often subtle at first. They may seem indifferent to the struggles or feelings of others, dismissing or belittling emotional expressions with a cold, calculating detachment. Their focus is always on themselves, and they might exploit the vulnerability of others without a second thought. Whether it's an insensitive comment, a disregard for the suffering of those around them, or a complete inability to listen to someone's pain, the absence of empathy is a hallmark of a deeply troubling character. The Stoic philosophers teach us that the foundation of a virtuous life is rooted in kindness and compassion. Seneca reminds us, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness. An empathetic person sees beyond their own self-interest and takes the time to understand others, fostering a sense of shared humanity. A person who lacks empathy, on the other hand, views others as tools to be used or obstacles to be removed. They are driven by selfish desires, rather than a true concern for the well-being of others. As you encounter individuals who lack empathy, the Stoic response is one of patience, discernment, and, when necessary, distance. Practice observing their behavior and consider whether their actions align with virtuous principles. Resist the temptation to engage in conflict or try to change them. Remember, the only thing you can control is your own response. By focusing on your own growth and upholding your values, you maintain a sense of inner peace and moral clarity. In the Stoic worldview, empathy is not simply an emotional response. It is a choice, a deliberate decision to treat others with dignity, kindness, and respect. Cultivate this quality in yourself, and you will not only protect your own integrity, but also contribute to the betterment of the world around you. A heart full of empathy is a shield against the coldness of indifference and cruelty. Sign 3. The constant need for validation. People who seek constant validation from others can often be seen as needy, insecure, and desperate for attention. They measure their self-worth based on the approval of those around them, constantly fishing for compliments or affirmation. While it's natural to desire approval, an excessive need for validation is a sign of insecurity and an inability to derive self-worth from within. Such individuals often place their happiness and sense of identity in the hands of others, relying on external praise to fill an internal void. For those who are focused on personal growth through Stoic principles, this kind of behavior can be particularly harmful. Stoicism teaches that we should derive our worth not from the external world, but from within ourselves, by living according to virtue, maintaining our integrity, and striving for excellence in all that we do. Seeking validation from others undermines this internal foundation, making it difficult to achieve true peace of mind. The Stoics emphasize the importance of self-reliance and internal strength. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." External validation is fleeting, and placing too much emphasis on others' opinions weakens your ability to govern yourself. A person whose happiness is constantly dependent on the opinions of others will never experience true contentment. Instead, practice building your sense of worth through virtuous living, focusing on your actions rather than the approval of others. Sign 4. Manipulating others for personal gain. One of the most dangerous signs of an evil person is their ability to manipulate others for their own benefit. Manipulation is often subtle and difficult to detect, but it is rooted in selfishness and a lack of regard for others' well-being. Such individuals use others. Manipulation can often appear as kindness at first, false acts of generosity, compliments, or favors that are later used as leverage for a selfish gain. A person who manipulates others shows a fundamental lack of respect for their autonomy and dignity. This is a direct contradiction to Stoic values, which promote mutual respect, self-control, and rational interaction. To guard against manipulation, the Stoics advise us to maintain our own sense of autonomy and awareness. We must practice discernment, seeing through the layers of deception, and identify when we are being used for someone else's agenda. Stay true to your principles, maintain your boundaries, and always seek integrity in your dealings with others. By doing so, you protect yourself from the corrosive effects of manipulation. Sign 5. Creating division and conflict. Some people thrive on creating chaos and conflict, often because it gives them a sense of power and control. Whether in the workplace, family dynamics, or social settings, they sow discord, pitting people against one another and manipulating situations to their advantage. Stoicism teaches that we should seek harmony, understanding, and peace in all of our relationships. A person who delights in conflict is one whose intentions are not aligned with virtue, and their actions should be approached with caution. The Stoics believed that peace was essential for a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasized the importance of maintaining inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. A person who consistently creates division and fosters hostility is a person who does not value this tranquility. As you navigate your relationships, strive to be a unifying force. Cultivate patience, understanding, and the ability to bridge differences with empathy and wisdom. By confronting those who thrive on conflict with composure and clarity, we deny them the satisfaction of dragging us into their turbulence. Instead, we preserve our peace and maintain our ethical stance in all situations. Conclusion: guarding against the subtle threat of evil. Throughout this exploration of the 5 signs of an evil person, we have applied the wisdom of Stoic philosophy to help us understand how we can better navigate our relationships and protect ourselves from toxic influences. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our responses. By staying true to our values, cultivating inner strength, and always seeking the truth, we arm ourselves with the tools to defend against the subtle dangers posed by those with ill intentions. Let these signs serve as a guide, a means to sharpen your awareness and strengthen your resolve. Knowledge is the best weapon we have to defend